it's a very tricky issue. Obviously, there's been a massive growth in popularity of social media, and that's led to lots of opportunities in the workplace for businesses to better communicate with staff, promote their business and also their brand, but there's loads of potential HR issues as well. The issue is that there are millions of employees who use Facebook who've been described as HR accidents waiting to happen. You will have employees who regularly tweet, use Facebook and LinkedIn using work computers and devices, and also during working hours as well. And you will have people who use their own equipment but comment on work issues outside of work in their own time. So there's been a real blurring of the line between an employee's work and personal life, and that's difficult for employers to deal with. The first step is to have a really good, comprehensive social media policy in place. And what you need is to review and update it on a regular basis. Make sure that everyone knows about it, it's not just sitting in a drawer, people are trained on it, and that you take action when necessary to enforce it. The kinds of things you need to include in a social media policy include very clear rules about accessing social media at work. The issue is that if you don't do that and employees are using it excessively, but you haven't made it clear to them what is and isn't acceptable, if they do something that annoys you or there's a loss of productivity and it isn't clear what the rules are, it might be difficult for you to take action and ultimately dismiss an employee. Also, give information to your employees about the monitoring activities you might be taking in relation to them and their use of social media at work. You must let staff know exactly what you're doing. If you don't do that, you're going to be infringing their privacy rights. It needs to be made absolutely clear how the company will handle situations where an employee might post something inappropriate online. You must have a clear reminder to staff not to disclose your company confidential information or trade secrets on sites. Obviously, it's pivotal to your business to maintain that confidentiality. Staff must be told that they cannot make derogatory or discriminatory comments about the organisation, about their colleagues, about your customers, your clients online. You must take steps to prevent bullying and harassment online as well. The problem is that if you don't do that, you can be held liable for your employees' actions. So if they discriminate against somebody at work, then you could be having a claim to deal with against your organisation if you haven't taken suitable steps to prevent that from happening, including making it clear that you've got a social media policy and taking steps to enforce it when necessary. Make it clear what the sanctions are if there's a breach of the policy. So you might want to say that if there's a breach, it might be considered misconduct. If it's a very serious breach, it could be gross misconduct that could lead to an employee's dismissal. Ensure that staff are absolutely aware that you have a social media policy. Make sure it's up to date. Train relevant staff on what they would have to do in terms of monitoring employees to make sure that they adhere to it, and also on enforcing the policy. Make sure that it's a live document and that you apply it. Social media shouldn't just be seen as something that's negative in terms of staff use. Obviously, there are opportunities as well as issues that you might have to deal with in the workplace. You can use it as a tool to better communicate with your staff, make sure that they're happy and engaged, promote your business and also your brand as well.